You're looking at some reasonably happy tomato plants planted in these 27-gallon black storage containers. You can get them at Costco or pretty much any big box store. What we're going to do is make a new one. We have one that we've been using just for yard work. It's a little dirty, but don't care because it's about to be filled with dirt. So let's do this. Basically, the plan is to drill a bunch of holes, put in a bunch of stuff ready for composting, and plant tomatoes on top. Let's do it. It's hotter than heck out here, but we're gonna drill a bunch of holes. Doesn't matter where, just make sure you have them. We're not gonna put them in the middle. We are going to put them on the side with a little bit of space. So now you can see we have holes for drainage. You don't need that many. Water will find a way to go out. So we are ready for business. Now the first thing I'm going to do here is fill it with some sticks and twigs and the bigger compost that's going to take a while to decompose. It'll have a little bit of space in between it, which the other compost will settle in on. We'll use garden soil on top of that. Part of why I don't care if it settles is because I'm planting tomatoes, and so that'll naturally sink the tomatoes a little bit, and then I'll just add dirt on top as they grow, which helps with the root system. So that's the plan. Otherwise, when it's not tomato season, these are great for using for compost because you just throw your scraps in here and just add dirt and then plant on top of it and then continue that year over year. Highly recommend. Super easy. All right, so now we're going around to our compost pile. It's a bit of a mess. That's okay. Doesn't have to be great. It just has to have stuff ready for composting. The bottom of the bin can just be filled with all of this big stuff. It hasn't started breaking down yet. That's fine. There's going to be so much on top of it that it'll actually compost over time. We're good with that. All right, let's fill it with some truly composted compost, which is of course on the bottom. Before I start putting the composted dirt on top of the not yet composted dirt, I'm going to pause for just a moment and say, if you are enjoying this content at all, please consider subscribing, liking this video. They say the first 100 is the hardest, and I'm not there yet. So thank you in advance, and let's get some compost going. Let's get dirty. So this compost has been sitting here a long time. The stuff on the bottom is amazing. The stuff on the top is not there. So we're just gonna reach underneath. There's a lot of really good dirt down there, and that's what we're gonna use as our basis. Okay, I have separated the two original bins and put this one in the middle, mostly for aesthetics because the bin's slightly different. But what's nice about this is that if they become too crowded, because tomatoes like their space, it's easy to slide them apart and give them more space from one to the next. So our next step, what you can see right now, is that we've got this just rough compost in there from the compost pile. Got some rough stuff in there, it's not totally composted. That's okay, because now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some garden soil on top and plant those suckers that have rooted. Remember these? We brought them in and put them in water a couple weeks ago. Let's take them outside. Last time we talked about cutting suckers and rooting them in water. This is the one that we put in a couple weeks ago, and we're going to plant it. So first is extra soil. I just got the Costco's finest. Now, we're not going to fill it all the way up because this will allow us to put the tomatoes a bit lower, and as they grow, we will add more dirt over the next couple weeks. I just recently, yesterday actually, put extra dirt in these two, And you'll see as the plant consumes it, it'll run out of dirt, and as the underneath part settles, it'll lower. So that's what we're doing here. We are deliberately not putting this whole thing full yet, but we will over time. So today we will plant this guy, and let's see, a lot of these look really good. I think it's hotter than heck out here. Hazy, hot, and humid is the never-ending Virginia forecast. Right, this one is new, so that one's not going anywhere. These grew together. This one looks pretty good. We'll find different homes for those guys. So we're just going deep and get it all the way down. As it grows, like I said, we'll trim the lower part and add more dirt. We are supposed to get rain for the next week. That will help these as well, as they transition from a water existence to a dirt and earth existence. Now, these were trimmed originally off of already flowering, fruiting plants. They should produce within a reasonable amount of time. That's not the same as a new seedling. So there go our tomatoes. We will add cages. Call it a day. While I am planting, I also have some basil that has been neglected a bit and allowed to go dry. So we're going to give the basil a home. Basil coexists beautifully with tomatoes, and they will like these deeper planters because then they won't go dry. Like this poor thing is so dry, even though I watered it yesterday. So we're going to put that baby in there, give it some love. Put another one over here. Give it some love also. Basil and tomatoes go beautifully together. I will also get some marigolds to add to these. I have one over there. Marigolds are great because as companion plants to tomatoes, because they help deter some of the pests that like to bother tomatoes. So we will get some marigolds. They're pretty also when we like them. We have our next tomato planter. Just need cages and keep the deer away from them. All right, let's do a check-in. Looks like we're doing fantastic. One is a little bit happier than the other, but it was more mature to begin with, and it looks like we've already got some flowers started. So that's very exciting.